Hello and welcome to another Star Citizen podcast. It's the end of January, which is good because things will start to happen again. I'm here with the lovely Zinnia. Say hello, Zin.
Hello, Zin.
We are going to be talking about a variety of things today, from CIG starting to actually produce videos again this week. Some stuff that's happening with new patch releases, sort of, and events running, and sales ending, and new ones starting, and what's coming next with Lunar New Year and February, and plans for the channel. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Are you excited, Zin? You raring to go?
Yay.
Perfect. We're going to have to superimpose something much more exciting over that. But yes, so CIG returns this week. So 1st and 2nd of February, CIG are returning with Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live. They have been in the office for a while, but we are getting those new shows. And this is going to be focusing on what we assume is Alpha 3.23. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they might just go, let's just have a slow one this week? Let's talk about when nothing happens during January. Hopefully it will be based on scheduling. It will be them talking about what the plans are for the year and Alpha 3.23, the next major patch. That's what the hope is. I don't think there's much else they could talk about without me rioting. I mean, and to be honest... Oh, yeah, go on.
I think they're going to probably talk about their plans for 3.23.
Yeah.
And like their timeline essentially for it and what we can expect. And then maybe the next ones will go a bit more in depth into all the little bits and bobs that we're going to be getting into 3.23.
Yes, that makes the most sense, right? CIG did say now as well, because obviously we've got drought periods like January, that there are going to be more Inside Star Citizens and more Star Citizens Lives from now on. We'll have to wait until we actually physically have that, and we don't know how many more they're going to be. It might just be one more a year. I mean, that fulfills the criteria of them having more, but hopefully it's a good few more. Basically, they're going to run the Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live sort of series, as it were, until a patch is actually in our hands and released, and then only have a 1 or 2 weeks off before getting back to the next season and the next major patch cycle for Inside Star Citizen. Now, do you think that's viable and sensible, or did you think that's what we had already?
A little bit of A, little bit of B. I'm hoping we'll get more in depth.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people would have thought that is the way it sort of happened already, but basically they're shaving a week off the hiatus, is what it looks like, and we're going to stop Inside Star Citizen just before the patch launches. They did say they might have a week off or whatever for general maintenance and updates and things like that as well, but we'll sort of see. They've promised us more, not less. Something I'm looking forward to, though, Zin.
Yeah.
Roadmap update.
Oh, you always look forward to them.
Well, because they're our bread and butter. That tells us what's going on with Star Citizen. So that's from the 7th of Feb. So not this week, next week. It's going to be the first roadmap update. I am hoping it's going to be a relatively meaty roadmap update, because we could just be getting something really bare bones like, there was a 3.22A patch, which we already know what we had, and they released these things. Hopefully it's not going to be that. Hopefully it's going to be a bit meatier about 3.23. Do you think they could get away with a sneaky, basically ghost update where they don't really give us much, but said, it started again? Or do you think they'll sort of have to go, no, here's some actual information?
I think they're going to have to give us information. Surely.
Well.
Yeah.
When I talk about rioting, what I mean by rioting is I'm going to send them an angry worded email. I mean, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to grin and bear it.
At the end of the day, any information is better than no information.
Yeah, for us, definitely. Like, we cover Star Citizen news. We want the news. Give us the news. There is a load of stuff that's sort of happening this week. In case you missed it, that sale ends. That's all of the ships that were available during 2023 were on sale again, including the F8 and golden tickets were available in the verse, which they sort of made them a bit more abundant when the 3.22A patch came out. So hopefully people have got those and people are happy. Are you happy, Zin?
Yes, I'm happy.
Perfect. That's good. That's good to know. So instead of the In Case You Missed It sale, now we've got the Siege of Orison sale.
Mm-hmm.
So Siege of Orison is running at the moment until the 5th of February. That's had a load of updates and a load of bug fixes there. Most of the 3.22A patch, which is now live, has been focused on Siege. So you can get loads of Crusader ships. Oddly, not the Mercury Star Runner at the moment. Don't know why that is. But a load of the other ships that appear at the Siege of Orison, whether they be owned by the pirates or the ones that you drive around Crusader with. I say float around Crusader with, and some of those vehicles and stuff there as well. Why haven't they got the Mercury Star Runners in? Why?
I don't know. Why haven't they got the Mercury Star Runner?
I don't know. It's a Crusader ship. They should have it, whatever.
It's an outrage, that's what it is.
This is an outrage! Which you'd only get if you like Mighty Boosh or have seen that Tony Robinson clip. Right, so something I do want to talk about is 3.22a is live, but there's a load of little stealth things in that patch, including dedicated salvage tool. This was in the EPTU. There's a few things that were in the EPTU which are actually in the live patch, which they did not mention in the patch notes for some reason. So I'm assuming they just missed them out, just a sort of mistake. You can get this at Dumpers Depot. It's dedicated salvage tool for nomming. Nom. So get that, put that in your pipe and salvage it.
It's not only at Dumpers Depot. So
is it not?
No, like you obviously don't watch the videos I make.
What? I didn't.
So I found
Where is it.
I found it at the place in New Babbage.
Oh, so they've increased the. They've put it in more shops.
Well, no. So you know when you said, "Oh, get some footage of this."
Yeah.
That it was in the shop already then.
I didn't realise it was in other shops other than Dumpers Depot.
Centre Mass.
Centre Mass. Okay, it's in other shops. It's not just Dumpers Depot. I'm an idiot. Thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
You're not an idiot.
I did put a little note on the video.
You did. I remember the text came up. Yeah.
I was literally at Centre Mass buying.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do watch those videos. I help make them. Sin. I didn't.
You just don't pay attention.
Well, no, it's in my notes that it's just in Dumpers Depot, even though I have seen evidence to the contrary. Okay, fair point. I don't know it all. I don't know any of it. I know very little. Sin. She's the real mastermind. Why do you think they've missed that out? Is that just a mistake? Is it just an oversight?
I don't know. Maybe okay. They don't think it's that big a deal. I don't know. Like, surely you'd put a note in. Patch
notes. I mean, they put very, very minor patch notes in, right?
Yeah.
Seems weird. Maybe they thought it wasn't going to make the patch, and it was included anyway.
Maybe it's not meant to be there.
Oh, but it was in the EPT and it's working fine.
Oh, I don't know.
People are annoyed though, Sin, about the little mini wipe from 3.22a going live.
Yeah.
So we used to have it where we got wipes all the time. So full-on wipes, Alpha UEC, ships, everything's sort of wiped. And CIG are trying to make that process of when they deploy a new patch as painless as possible and not wipe where necessary. So we have mini wipes still as sort of a minimum, which basically resets your home location. You have to recustomize your character, and you lose things like consumables, so ammo, meds, food. You'll lose refinery jobs that you'd put in, and anything that's not stowed correctly. So stuff that there's not a long-term persistence database entry for. So this might be you've just bought a ship with Alpha UEC and you haven't spawned it yet and put it back in the hangar. This can also be loadouts for ships. So you've customized the loadout for your ship. It won't necessarily save that, and often doesn't save the loadout of that ship, and will wipe all those components and put you back on the default. But if you would have taken those components off and put them in storage, then there would be a long-term database set of data for that, and they would be saved. So a lot of this stuff, little bits don't get carried across, whatever. Obviously, it annoys people because some people have lost a lot of stuff, whereas other people have lost very little. What do you think about that? Do you think CIG should continue trying to improve the long-term persistent database stuff, or is it something like, well, once Star Citizen's live, it's sort of irrelevant?
I mean, obviously they're obviously trying to increase the amount of persistence they have, because that will show them if there will be any problems down the line.
I suppose they're always going to need that tech because they are going to be updating constantly, and they need everything to carry on at that point.
Yeah.
Everything to carry over. Okay.
But obviously, sometimes at the moment, wipes are necessary. And obviously there will be when the game goes live, I assume anyway, a massive wipe and everything will be set back to 0 or whatever.
Yeah, at some point before or at launch, there will be a big wipe that will set everything back to 0. We're assuming that's going to be at 1.0's launch. Some people are saying, well, maybe it's going to be a beta. Maybe they do that at beta and then go live straight at some point later from there and keep the progress. But we don't know for sure exactly what CIG plan to do with that. We're not there yet. We're a few years away from beta and live, at least with Star Citizen's Persistent Universe. Though we're getting closer and closer. So Siege of Orison, that's running at the moment until the 5th. It's a bit of a mixed bag. And I say that, it's potentially a lot better than it's ever been. So they've got the Siege of Orison 2.0 sort of updates there. They've got a huge amount more bug fixes. There was a load of focus on refinement for Siege of Orison in the latest PTU phases and sort of patch and all that sort of running. And some people, we looked on Reddit, we had a bit of a read, have had a great experience with Siege. Able to fully complete it, not had any problems with like things spawning. Other people, they've had problems sort of it being uncompletable, people not spawning, so they can't complete certain islands or kill the lieutenants. The shuttles and 30k seem to be the most egregious problems. So shuttles not working, shuttles not taking you there, shuttles queuing and breaking. And we've seen pictures of just a big queue of shuttles waiting to take people, but none of them moving.
Well, I don't know if they're actually working or not. They might not be working. They might be literally just waiting for the front one to go, and then you've got another one straight away.
Well, I know for a fact that often those shuttles don't work. So
a couple of people have complained about just generally Siege of Orison breaking all the shuttles all around Orison.
Yeah, and there's lots of complaints about quality of life updates and stuff like that people should they want CIG to put in, and lots of suggestions and stuff like that. I mean, we're going to be playing later today and potentially a couple more times to get some footage and sort of chat about our experiences with it, but I'm looking forward to it. I always like Siege of Orison. Xenothreat and Siege of Orison really, really enjoy. Not as hot on Jumptown. I know a lot of people love Jumptown, but I think I've been burnt by it with Invisible players too much.
I'm not so big on Jumptown because it is more PvP.
Oh yeah, hugely PvP. And original Jumptown was interesting because it sort of just happened, wasn't really an event in the same way, and people were queuing, and you'd get a really interesting set of people there, and some of it would just be like, you just have 24 lawful people just queuing just to get these boxes out. But now it's murder hobo central for the most part, or like orgs locking it down and stuff, and that's cool. I want all that gameplay there for all the different people, when you sort of section it off and go, this is more PvP focused, great, it's over here, you do that. I don't want to see PvP at Siege of Orison, and I want to see very little PvP at Xenothreat, at least in certain sections of it. But PvE versus PvP, and then some hybrid stuff. That's all cool for certain events and stuff. Just make sure they are clearly signposted. Something else we might get this week, Sin?
Yeah.
Monthly reports, hopefully. But this one's going to be hopefully a bit more focused on 3.23 and scheduling and planning and 2024, rather than a lot of stuff we already knew previously. Replication layer, that was being tested. I'm not sure if it's being tested at the moment. It was throughout the weekend at the very least. There were some missions in there too that were new, that they didn't really talk about, Xenothreat-based ones. But yeah, replication layer testing, obviously very important for them getting server meshing into game and Pyro and all that sort of jazz. It wasn't Pyro being tested, it was just the replication layer. Get involved with those tests, get involved with the Pyro Playground when they run it. They should be running that again over the next few weeks, almost certainly. But they are sort of tech previews, and they can be quite soul-destroying. They can be a bit erratic. Well, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's sort of a tech preview of an alpha build with a load of new stressful tech that they want a focused stress test or focused testing on, where you might get tons of 30Ks, you might not be able to do any of what you want to do. It is very much a chore rather than a privilege, I would say. But what's next? So January, pretty dead for Star Citizen, sort of new Star Citizen content and stuff. I did like the fact that 3.23a was there. I did like the fact they're running Siege of Orison, and we had a bit of a sale and all that sort of stuff. Cool, whatever. But February, getting a bit more meat now, and some new events. We've got the Lunar New Year, which is the Red Festival, Chinese New Year. Are you excited for this at all, Zin, or do you see these as quite minor little events?
I see them as minor ones.
Yeah.
I got burnt by the Hornet Heartseeker, so...
Yeah, so Zin got the Hornet Heartseeker. You still got it on your account, haven't you? We haven't upgraded.
Yeah, I've still got it.
So it's one of their sort of ships that they sell during Quarter More, which we'll come to in a minute, but that's very much a February sort of thing as well, and one of the bespoke ships that you can get. But Red Festival, Lunar New Year, it's basically Chinese New Year. It's the year of the dog in game, I believe. It's the year of the wood dragon in real life. Someone corrected me a while ago and said, it's not the year of the dragon, it's the year of the wood dragon. So
no, it's the year of the dragon, but it's also wood.
Oh, is it wood?
Yeah, so there's, I think there's fire, metal, wood. I'm probably getting these all fucking wrong, but yeah.
Water and stuff.
So it is it is the year of the dragon, but if you're born in this particular year, it would be a wood dragon. That
must be a terrifying thing to be as a dragon, if you're made of wood. The only more terrified dragon is the gasoline dragon. Are you there? You know.
Yeah, so I'm just quickly reading about it.
Yeah.
So the element associated with the 2024 dragon is strong yang wood. In the 5 elemental cycle, wood fuels the element of fire, and thus the quality of the dragon is enhanced.
So in 2954, what element of the dog is it?
Oh, God. I don't know.
And last year, was it the year of the wood rooster?
No, it wouldn't have been wood. So there's a 5 element cycle. So along with the 12 animal cycles.
But in game, would it have been the year of the wood rooster? But then you've got it there in front of you.
No, I haven't.
You gotta work it out.
I just found an article on the wood dragon. That's all.
Well, someone else that can be bothered to do it. Sorry, that someone else that's smaller than us can tell us. Would last year have been of the wood rooster, because that would have made sense, because they gave
having
us
those
wooden roosters.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was element based as well. I don't know about this stuff. I apologise for my incompetence.
So what was it? 2952 last year, was it?
2953 last year.
God, I'm a dum-dum.
So 930 years ahead. That's where Star Citizen is.
The year 2953 was the Black Water Rooster.
Oh, that would have been quite... They would have had given us Frozen. They could have done something for that. They tricked us.
I'm not quite sure what the colour has to do with it. Apparently there's a colour thing as well. So,
Well, at least we know. But it's not the wooden dragon. It's the dragon and wood. Gotcha.
So 2954 is the green wood dog.
Green wood dog.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if they give us something like a jade dog or a greenwood dog. Let's see. Interesting, but not relevant. Well, maybe relevant to Star Citizen. The other thing in February's in. Well, actually, I suppose I talk about what else is in the Red Festival. You can find little red envelopes around, sell them to make some money, gift them to people. They'll sell red and gold ships typically, although maybe there'll be some green stuff there as well now. Who knows? They'll typically give us a load of flair based on the animal there, so some dog flair. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to be running any other events during that time. They could be running Xenothreat or Jumptown or more Siege of Orison or something. But yeah, you basically get that from around the 10th of February to around the 25th of February. That's sort of roughly when it will... Roughly around, that's a pun, because that's what the sound dogs make. Do you see? Bam. Genius. Quarter more, Sin. Valentine's Day.
Yes.
In Star Citizen, the 14th of February. I think they should sell... Are you lonely this quarter more? Well, then buy yourself an NPC teammate. That's what they should sell. Or AI blades. No, it's so typically quarter more. They sell ships that you can fly with a friend or your partner. They sell pink and purple and heartsea ships. You got your Hornet Heartseeker from a quarter more sale once because you were like, oh, it looks so good. I don't think you're a massive fan of the loadout, are you?
No. I thought I would be.
Well, maybe in the future it will be better.
Yeah.
I think ballistics as well, they're much more focused at... I think it's ballistic loadout, the Heartseeker. Much more focused at PvP, in my opinion. Especially when, like, PvE, you want to run stamina builds with lasers. Pew, pew, pew. Interested if anyone is excited about Lunar New Year, the Red Festival, quarter more, maybe looking to buy any ships or whatever, because they will have little minor ship sales with those, and skins and stuff. Some plans for the channel, though. Planning to have a bit more gameplay on the channel, especially with Arena Commander and Siege of Orison, things like that. Star Citizen hugely more playable as we run up to 3.23. I think this is supposed to be a watershed year for Star Citizen, but also we're going to see a lot of polish, I expect. More gameplay on the channel should be a thing. Are you looking forward to actually playing and having that as a like full video our gameplay?
Yes.
That's good. That's a good answer. Got org spotlights coming up as well. Going to be choosing some orgs and then talking to their owners, their power-ups, and about what they provide to players and who's a suitable player to join them. I think that's sort of useful information for people. And other than that, we are planning to go to a Bar Citizen in Manchester on the 2nd of March.
Woo.
The Brewdog Doghouse. We went there last year, and I was competent for at least half of it.
You were drunk by the time me and DC arrived.
No. That's just...
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to be like... I'm not going to be like that this time. Going to be good old sober BoredGamer, because I've realised every time I'm drunk, it's eventually career-ending. So let's have another act. Only a moderate amount of fun will be had by me. Yes, really looking forward to it. It should be a good laugh. Hopefully a load of CIG devs will be coming down. That's the hope. I believe that is the case. I think there was roughly 150 sort of places for people to turn up. I suspect that there will be some overflow to that, but go check that out. I'll link it down below the event, because you can sort of RSVP your some tickets. They're free. They're just sort of to get rough numbers of how many people are going, I believe. Sort of excited for that. Are you excited, Zin? You raring to go for that? Bastard. You really liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was all right. It was good fun. It was nice to meet people.
Yeah, well, this isn't the Zin that I know. You've never said that before. But no, that's great. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Cool. Yeah, we'll. I've been told that it's Employee Appreciation Day the day before as well.
February 1st, March 1st.
March 1st. So
you should appreciate your employees.
I will, and I am employed by the company as well, so I will be appreciated, as we well know. Do not worry, Sin. I will make sure that I'm appropriately appreciated. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about at the moment. So next week I'll have a load more to talk about, hopefully, with Inside Star Citizen and stuff coming back. I'm excited. Hope people had a load of fun playing Siege of Horizons. It's obviously still available. Tell us if you bought a ship during any of those sales that are going on. Tell us if you're coming down to the Bar Citizen on the 2nd of March up in Manchester. It'd be great to see. And say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin.
Thanks very much for watching. You have a great day. And if you've got any thoughts or questions, check it in the comments below. The giant ape climbed the skyscraper, swatting at helicopters that harassed him. You look up at the massive 50-foot creature of muscle and hair. He's got you firmly in his grasp. Any more pressure and you'd snap like a twig. He brings you to his mouth, and then you realise you should have got yourself nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. It would have provided you security and anonymity, preventing the great ape from finding you, but also accessibility to some of your favourite shows. Check out the links below for a massive discount and to help support the channel. Talking about supporting the channel, you can help by pressing that join button under my videos, or even becoming a Patreon with the links below again. That goes a long way to helping us make daily Star Citizen content. A massive thank you to everyone that does that already, or supports the channel in other ways like commenting, liking and sharing videos. We are just about to hit 200,000 subscribers, which is awesome, seeing we are a niche Star Citizen dedicated channel. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For January 2024, we are giving away a Drake Corsair. This is a very popular multi-role, multi-crew explorer ship that is very good at a huge range of stuff in the verse. It also comes with lifetime insurance and a game package, all you need to play Star Citizen, and all you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during this month. More details in the video description. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my channel and other videos on there as well, and I'll see you in the verse.